Welcome back to today's economic news. I'm John, your guide through the labyrinth of policy changes and cultural shifts that seem all too ready to redefine America's artistic landscape. Today, we are delving into the halls of the Kennedy Center, where President Trump has wielded his influence in a bold new way, reshaping the Kennedy Center honors. But before you brush this off as just another elite gala turned tabloid fodder, let me assure you, this is a cultural quake with aftershocks that will ripple through American arts for years to come. Why should you, sitting at home, care about this revamp of a seemingly ceremonial accolade? Well, the Kennedy Center honors have long stood as the quintessential recognition of artistic brilliance across disciplines that have enriched American culture. Changing its course is not a simple cosmetic tweak. It's a harbinger of a turbulent relationship between art and politics. People, power, and principles are at stake, and it's time we examine who benefits and who loses when art becomes another battleground in the culture wars. Before we examine today's upheaval, let's take a journey back to 1978, when the honors were first conceived. They represented a beacon of artistic excellence, true bipartisan event dedicated to celebrating contributions that elevate American artistic culture. They embraced diversity, from the orchestral symphonies to the soulful jazz renditions, all selected through a robust, representative process involving a whopping 688 committee members. But as political polarization seeped into every crack and crevice of American society, art was not immune. Once a refuge from political strife, its very essence is now hotly contested. Now fast forward to early 2023. Under President Trump's reinvented leadership, the Kennedy Center must now align with a vision of American greatness. Gone are the days of balanced representation. Instead, we are witnessing a drastic consolidation of cultural authority. Let's be frank, Trump's push is not just about celebrating mass appeal artists. With only 4 honorees chosen for the 2025 awards, down from a typical slate indicative of diversity, this represents a narrow funnel of recognition, arguably driven by commercial interests and political allegiances. Trump himself boasted, "I was about 98% involved. They all came through me," a statement less about artistic merit and more about a display of power. Let's dive into the facts that paint this picture of transformation. We used to have nearly 688 committee members contributing to the selection process. This number speaks to a wide net of voices and opinions, or it should. Instead, this year we are looking at 14 new board members appointed by Trump himself, a majority clearly aligned with his views. Consider the historical relevance and equity of representation, gone, replaced by an echo chamber. And now, for the jewel in this crown of overhaul, nearly half a century saw the same medallion design until this year, when a new design emerged, crafted by Tiffany & Co., to be presented on December 6, 2025. An artistic statement perhaps, or a luxury rebranding exercise meant to glisten, but not necessarily enlighten. Reflect on this. The design remained untouched for 47 years. Much like the essence of the honors, if it wasn't broken before, why now? Conversely, Trump's counter-narrative is overt and designed to polarize. Just last year, the Kennedy Center featured drag shows specifically targeting our youth. This will stop. This dismissal is not just about one performance. It signals a systemic shift towards cultural reshaping, extinguishing diverse artistic narratives under the auspices of mainstream values. And what better way to achieve this than as the first president to host these honors, a symbolic gesture of empire rebirth, propelled by change. Let's not overlook the libertarian view that can narrate this tale through a lens of economic skepticism. After all, who funds the Kennedy Center? The answer is unequivocally every single taxpayer out there. This funding is now at the mercy of political agendas, prioritizing coverage of artists like Kiss and Sylvester Stallone, perhaps not for their outstanding artistic achievements, but for mass appeal that correlates with Trump's political charisma. It's not far-fetched to see how this could inflate budgets, penning a wasteful script with taxpayer dollars. In the race for celebrity endorsements, who stands to lose? Those artists whose excellence doesn't come with the commercial edge sought by this administration. This narrative expands into government incompetence, spotlighting the erosion of meritocracy. Board members appointed not for their artistic insight, but for political fidelity call into question the very bedrock of professional competence. Is sound art governance being exchanged for glorified campaigning? Finally, the liberty to choose what art to consume and what art to venerate wanes when such homogeneity takes hold. Our diverse American tapestry is sewn together by the multiplicity of artistic voices that now risk marginalization, evoking a loss that, while cultural at face value, impacts the societal fabric. So, as you mull over this reshaping of the Kennedy Center honors, remember that this is more than a gala. It's a reflection of societal values, orchestrated with taxpayer dollars and sculpted by political playbooks. If you are tired of paying for their mistakes, hit subscribe and stay informed about the truths shaping your world. Until next time, this is John, signing off.